Happiness. It's the holy grail of modern existence, isn't it? The relentless pursuit, the ultimate goal. We're bombarded with messages. Be happy. Find your bliss. 5 steps to a happier you. We chase it through achievements, possessions, experiences, relationships, convinced that somewhere out there, true, lasting happiness is waiting to be captured. But what if this constant, almost obsessive pursuit of happiness is actually making us less happy? What if the very concept, as it's sold to us, is overrated? Perhaps even a beautifully packaged lie. Welcome to Envolve Educate. We're here to explore the deeper currents of human experience, challenging conventional wisdom through the lenses of philosophy, psychology, and transformative mindset. Today, we're not just questioning the methods of finding happiness. We're questioning the supremacy of happiness itself as life's ultimate aim. And we'll explore what might actually matter more for a truly rich, fulfilling existence. This might feel counterintuitive. It might even feel a bit heretical. But if you're tired of the happiness hamster wheel and ready for a perspective that could profoundly shift how you approach your life, then you're in the right place. Stick around and consider subscribing to Envolve Educate, because we're about to look beyond the glitter and find the gold. The first problem with the relentless pursuit of happiness is something psychologists call the hedonic treadmill, or hedonic adaptation. We work hard to achieve something we think will make us happy. A new job, a bigger house, a relationship. And for a while, it does. We get a boost. But then, we adapt. The newness wears off. That baseline level of happiness returns, and we're soon looking for the next thing to give us that fleeting high. It's an endless chase, always striving, never truly arriving. This constant striving also breeds its own kind of anxiety. The pressure to be happy, to feel happy all the time can be exhausting. When we inevitably experience sadness, disappointment, or struggle, which are all normal parts of the human condition, we feel like we've failed. We feel like there's something wrong with us. The societal obsession with happiness can paradoxically make us feel worse when we experience perfectly natural negative emotions, leading to a kind of meta-unhappiness, being unhappy about being unhappy. Furthermore, a narrow focus on personal happiness can sometimes lead to selfishness or shallowness. If my happiness is the ultimate goal, what happens to empathy, to contribution, to enduring difficult but meaningful commitments? Philosophers throughout history, from the Stoics to the existentialists, have warned against a life solely dedicated to fleeting pleasures or the avoidance of discomfort. They argued that a life of true worth often involves embracing challenges, facing suffering with courage, and pursuing something larger than individual gratification. Consider this. Our culture often equates happiness with positive emotions only. But is a life devoid of sadness, grief, or even righteous anger truly a full life? Or is it a sanitized, shallow version? Perhaps our relentless pursuit of a purely positive emotional state is actually robbing us of the depth and richness that comes from experiencing the full spectrum of human emotion and learning the profound lessons that often accompany discomfort. So, if not the constant pursuit of happiness, then what? What truly leads to a life of depth, resilience, and lasting fulfillment? Many great thinkers and wisdom traditions point towards something else: meaning and purpose. Viktor Frankl, the psychiatrist who survived the Holocaust, observed that even in the most horrific conditions, those who found a meaning in their suffering, those who had a why to live for, were far more resilient. He developed logotherapy, a school of psychotherapy based on the idea that the primary human drive is not pleasure, but the will to meaning. Happiness, Frankl argued, is not something to be pursued directly. It ensues as a byproduct of a life lived with purpose. Think about it. When are you truly engaged, truly alive? Often, it's when you're working towards a challenging goal that matters to you, when you're contributing to something larger than yourself, when you're deeply connected to others, or when you're growing through adversity. These experiences might not always feel happy in the bubbly, ecstatic sense. They might involve struggle, sacrifice, even pain, but they are profoundly meaningful. Happiness is often an emotion, a fleeting state. Meaning, on the other hand, is a cognitive and emotional appraisal of our lives as having significance, coherence, and purpose. It's a more stable, enduring foundation. You can experience meaning even in moments of sadness or difficulty, whereas a life solely focused on chasing positive feelings can feel empty when those feelings inevitably fade. This isn't to say happiness is bad. Joy, contentment, pleasure, these are wonderful parts of life. But perhaps they are the fruit, not the root. The root, many argue, is meaning. When you cultivate a life rich in purpose, connection, growth, and contribution, happiness often follows as a welcome companion, not as a desperately hunted prize. So, how do we shift our focus from chasing the fleeting butterfly of happiness to cultivating the deep, sturdy tree of meaning? It's about intentionally building a life around what truly matters more. Define your why, beyond surface desires. Ask yourself deeper questions. Not just, what makes me happy? But, what gives my life a sense of purpose? What am I willing to struggle for? What kind of impact do I want to have? What are my core values? This isn't about finding one grand, singular meaning, but identifying the sources of meaning that resonate with you. Perhaps it's creativity, connection, justice, learning, spirituality, service. Embrace challenge and growth, the antidote to the hedonic treadmill. Instead of seeking constant comfort, lean into challenges that stretch your abilities. Learning a new skill, taking on a difficult project, facing a fear. These experiences, while not always easy or happy in the moment, build competence, resilience, and a profound sense of accomplishment that contributes deeply to meaning. True fulfillment often lies on the other side of discomfort you are willing to endure for a worthy goal. Cultivate deep connections, beyond superficial likes. Meaning is rarely found in isolation. Invest in authentic, supportive relationships. Practice empathy, vulnerability, and genuine presence with loved ones. Contribute to a community. The feeling of belonging and making a difference in the lives of others is a powerful wellspring of meaning. Practice gratitude and appreciation, shifting focus from lack to abundance. The pursuit of happiness often focuses on what we don't have. Gratitude shifts our focus to what we do have. Regularly acknowledging and appreciating the good in your life, big or small, doesn't just make you feel momentarily happier. It cultivates a deeper sense of contentment and connection to the present moment, which is foundational to meaning. Focus on contribution and service, looking beyond yourself. As many philosophical and spiritual traditions teach, true fulfillment often comes from serving something larger than oneself. Whether it's volunteering, mentoring, using your skills to solve a problem, or simply being a kind and supportive presence, contributing to the well-being of others or a cause you believe in, infuses life with profound purpose. What matters more than fleeting happiness is often found in the process of striving for something meaningful, in the depth of our connections, in the courage to face adversity, and in the generosity of our contributions. These are the things that build a resilient, significant life, even when happiness ebbs and flows. So, is happiness overrated? Perhaps not happiness itself, but our relentless, often misguided pursuit of it as the sole benchmark of a good life certainly might be. By chasing a fleeting emotion, we might be missing out on the deeper, more enduring satisfaction that comes from a life rich in meaning, purpose, and authentic connection. The invitation isn't to abandon joy or pleasure. It's to reframe our quest, to seek not just moments of happiness, but a life of significance. To understand that struggle can lead to strength, that connection requires vulnerability, and that true fulfillment often lies in serving something beyond our own immediate gratification. What's one small shift you can make this week to focus less on chasing happiness and more on cultivating meaning or purpose? Perhaps it's identifying a core value, reaching out to connect deeply with someone, or taking a small step towards a challenging but meaningful goal. Share your intentions in the comments below. Let's explore this path together. If this video challenged your perspective or offered a new way of thinking, please give it a thumbs up. It tells us you appreciate these deeper dives. Share it with anyone who might be caught on the happiness treadmill. And to continue evolving your understanding of life's most important questions, make sure you subscribe to Envolve Educate and hit that notification bell. We're committed to exploring the ideas that truly shape a well-lived life. Remember, happiness might be a beautiful visitor, but meaning can be the bedrock of your home. Seek what truly matters. Thank you for watching.